Hello everyone, my name is Yuri Kasdorp, and we're back for another lap guide for the GT Sprint series. And this time, as you can tell, we are on Sebring and a Lambo. Very bumpy track, so the Lambo is really good at absorbing those bumps and going well over it. I don't feel too good today, so bear with me, but we'll still go over a nice lap and show you how to conquer the bumps at Sebring. Let's get into it. Alright, so we are backside, starting the lap. Tracks changed a bit with the curbs, especially in the last sector. So even if you drove the track before, they changed it before the 12 hours. So since the 12 hours haven't changed, but just before that they changed it. To run up to turn 1, and I want to brake right where there's a corner and the wall on the right side here. Let me aim for the cone on the left side. Brake just before the 2 cones here. And then be careful with the downshift to second there. Set up for a good exit. I'm braking just after the first cones here. Just before the 3 cones on the left side. Try to keep it flat in the left hander here. Brake just before the 2 cones. Shift down slowly. This is the first point where the curbs change. You don't really want to be on the curb too much on the left side. You'll really struggle with traction. The curbs change here as well. So I want to not drive over the curb on the right anymore. Same on the left. And same on the right side here. Want to drive around it now. Then we get to the last corner. Try to brake quite late to carry the speed in. Turn in late as well. Run wide before the apex to get a good exit. Straighten the car up and let the car run wide on the exit. And that's the lap around Sebring. Let's have a closer look on the outside cam. Alright, so let's have a closer look from the outside. Turn 1, you want to open up as much as possible. And I use this edge in the wall on the right side as a reference for braking. And from that edge, we want to start looking at the apex. So this edge here I use as a reference for braking. We want to be as close to the wall as we can. And then the inside seems to be like really hard to find a reference for, but the people at Sebring have been nice for us. So when you brake here, slowly get to the inside. It's hard to find the reference for the apex because this yellow line here is pretty useless, but they've been nice for us to put a cone on the fence. And this cone is where you want to look at for your apex. So at the cone, you want to be closest to the wall on the inside, and then from the cone you can go further to the outside again. And you pretty much get the perfect line to turn on. Just be careful to not understeer wide on the exit. It's really easy to understeer wide. Get the off track on the right side here. And straighten the car for the braking. You want to make sure that you're running straight with the white line on the right side. You're braking between the 3 and the 2 cones. And you want to brake to the inside. You don't want to stay on the outside too long. You want to brake to the inside quite early. And especially in the Lambo, you have to be careful downshifting too quick. The rear of the car is really light here, so if you downshift to second too quick, it can step out really easily. So I like to keep third till at least here. And then where the kink in the curb is, from here to here I want to follow the inside curb. You can run a bit over the right side here, but again be careful not getting the off track on the right side, running too far over. Want to open up the left hander again, quick tap on the brake, and again The curb here has markings from tires. All of this here of the curb I want to avoid. I only want to hit the inside here when there's a kink in the curb here, and from here I want to get a good exit. So all of these markings of tires on the inside is kind of the wrong way to drive on this corner, I think. And you set up for a good exit. Got a small back straight to the hairpin. The hairpin I want to brake just after the first 4 cones. So there I did it. This cone here is now straight, but now this cone's flying. So it seems to be very hard for iRacing to just put a couple of cones on the ground. We don't care, we want to brake just after the first 4 cones. Again, the reason I say just after is when I've got the onboard reference. We already passed it when I start pressing the brake. Brake on the left side. Make sure to brake in a straight line, don't brake for the apex too early. Try to turn in fairly late to get a good exit again. Again, the curbs changed a bit here on the inside, so you can't run as far over the curb anymore on the inside. And then straighten the curb. You can have 2 tires a bit on the gravel here to straighten the exit up. Now we got another straight, it's all just flat out. Until we get to the 3 cones here, you want to brake just before. Again, brake in a straight line, don't turn in too early. This is easy flat. Then we get to a very tricky corner. I like to run a bit further from the left side here, so I don't want to clip the curb. The reason for that is that I want to brake as much in a straight line as I can. So if I come from the inside, I need to turn more while I'm braking, so I leave a bit of room on the inside so that when I get to between the 3 and the 2, my car's already almost straight. Then I go down 2 gears, hit the apex here, and you used to be able to take much more of this curb, but now this curb makes you just understeer and lose traction. So I don't like taking all of the curb anymore. Here we just want to make it as straight as possible, so we run to the right side, double apex, and make sure that the car is straight next to the white line when we start braking here. Brake it just after the first 3 counts. And you used to run with 2 tires over the curb on the inside here, but the edge now is too big. They changed the curb, so I just run over it. Or on it, not over it. Then we do the same on the left side. You used to run 2 tires over this, now I just run on it. Open it up, and then we do the same on the right side. You can't really run over the curb here anymore. And on the exit, this curb got a lot higher as well, a lot less traction. So you want to make sure that you're more straightened up after before getting on the curb than you used to. So all in all, you lose maybe 3-4 tenths through the section because we can't use the curbs as much anymore. But of course it's the same for everyone. And we got the last corner. I like to turn in very late, so I keep it all the way to the left side here, I don't go to the inside at all. And I brake just before the last white line, so the 1 cone. And just before I start braking, I turn in, so I do the first bit of turning while I'm still full throttle. And then immediately on the brakes, and I try to hold the wheel straight, or as straight as I can when I'm braking to the outside. And then slowly come off the brake. As you can see, I'm very, very wide on the entry here to try to make sure that I did most of the corner. When we get to the apex at the bridge here, and I can be flat out pretty much by the time we get under the bridge. And then we run all the way right to the left side, and that's the lap around Sebring. Alright, so there we go. Another track guide done. Couple new things compared to how we were here last time in the GT Sprint series. Thanks for sticking with me. If you want to see more videos like this, and hopefully with me in a bit of a better state, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week.